Okay, welcome back guys to another video, and we've got a big preview coming up right here. As you may know, we're off to Anfield now this Saturday coming up, and we're off to a bloody fortress, ladies and gentlemen, a bloody fortress. 19 games unbeaten, I think they are now, and they are on a mission, this Liverpool team. They're just working as a team, they unite together so well. Everyone just brings their own sort of playing style together, and they just adapt so well. They've got a decent defence, they've got a decent attack, the midfield's like an engine, and their goalkeeper is one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the moment, I personally feel. But let's not look too far into Liverpool, because honestly I feel like we could potentially maybe grab a point here. This is sort of game where we need to define the critics a little bit and really take it to this Liverpool side. Don't drop back. Don't start too slow, and just give it to them. We've got nothing to lose. What have we got to lose, if you know what I mean? Let's take it on. It's a Liverpool side, they're going to be full of confidence. They've got a front three of just dreams at the moment. Salah's banging them in with 12 goals. Mane's playing well. Firmino's not playing too well, but as a front three, they're performing still really well. And as a midfield, they've got the likes of, Naby Keita, Fabinho's coming in there. He's playing really well. They've got the likes of Milner. I think he might be out potentially. They've got in defence, as you know, probably the best defender at the moment, Van Dijk. They've got Lovren playing in there at the moment. They haven't got Matip and they haven't got Gomez. So the pace is lacking a fair bit. They do have Robertson in left back, and they do have the likes of Arnold in right back, with obviously Alisson. So they've got a few defensive issues. They don't have Milner in this. They haven't really got that leadership sort of player. I know Henderson will be playing in there, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how we go against this Liverpool side. They started off a little bit slow against Newcastle the other week, but once they get going, once they get a goal under their belt, they just seem to swarm you, and that's what we cannot happen. That's what cannot happen against us today. As I said, we have got our defensive issues at the back, and it's going to be interesting to see how we line up, especially with the way Emery's going about his business at the moment, the amount of substitutions he's making, the sort of plays he's taken off and on. It's going to be a very interesting lineup. As you know, we've got a lot of injuries at the back. Monreal's meant to be checked before the game, Bellerin as well, and Mustafi. So it's going to be, we're going to have players back hopefully, but the thing is, are they going to be up to full fitness against this obviously pumped up Liverpool side? They're going to be starting quickly, and they're going to be at us from the get-go. I can tell the pressure's going to be on us, and we've just got to kind of like hold that out until we can actually get our hands on the ball and play it around. But I do have a predicted lineup, and I have got myself a brand new board, so come and check it out, guys. Here it is here, as you can probably see here, if I can line it up beautifully, just like that. As I said, we've got Leno in goal. He's going to start in goal all the time. Czech is the cup keeper, and we're going to go over 4 at the back, I personally feel. I think we're going to play a 4-3-1-2. I can't see us going to the 3 at the back. We've got too many issues with defence at the moment. We can't keep playing the likes of Xhaka in defence, or Maitland-Niles, or just chucking the likes of left backs into centre backs. It's just not going to work out, especially against a front 3 of Liverpool. It's just not the sort of game we should be experimenting. We need to just take a team where players are going to play in their proper position. So I've gone with Kolasinac in left back. I feel like he has been good. He has been really good recently, but he does drop off in the last few games. He was poor against Brighton, and I want to see better of him in left back position. I want to see him bombing up and down that left hand side. I know he's going to play as a left back, but if he can potentially get that opportunity to get down that left hand side, there is an opportunity with him, especially how he's got that sort of strength. He can get forward and he can cross it in nicely. There's always an opportunity, and with Monreal, he might be back. I'm not too sure, but I don't know if I really want to test that. I'd rather just have Kolasinac in there, because I know he could potentially do the job. Defensively, he hasn't got it, but with the likes of Socrates back and Mustafi, hopefully he'll be back. I've gone with Mustafi in there, which should be a little bit stronger, let's be honest. But Mustafi's going to go in there. As you know, he's got a late fitness test as well, but we are definitely missing him. We can't have Koscielny in there. He's just way too slow. He's getting too old. His distribution's poor, and he's just weak in the air, I've noticed. So I'm not going to go Koscielny at the back. I'm going to have Mustafi and Socrates. Socrates has been a force in that defence at the moment for us. He's been a leader, and he is important. So I've put a star next to him just to show you that the most important, most influential players in this team for this game coming up. In right back, I've gone with Bellerin. As you may know, he's obviously been injured as well. He's going to go for a late fitness test, but we need that pace going forward on that right hand side, and especially defensive wise, especially with the likes of pace, especially the pace that Liverpool have got. I'm not going to go with Lichtsteiner. He's been really poor lately, and I feel like his age is catching up on him, and especially against this front three and the midfielders that Liverpool have got, I just can't see Lichtsteiner having a decent game. But with Bellerin there, hopefully we've just got a bit more pace going forward and defensively. So I've gone with him in there. As a three in the midfield, I've gone with the likes of Torreira in there. He is absolutely vital for this game. He has to be on it this game. If he's not on it, we can sink a lot of goals. Honestly, this guy is pivotal. So I've brought him more of a defensive-minded, obviously midfielder. I know he's obviously plays defensive midfield, but I've kind of brought him back from an actual holding midfielder back into a defensive role, and hopefully he can just screen that front four. And if he's on it, he's obviously going to have hasn't really got that suspension on his shoulder anymore, because obviously what's happened, I'm not too sure, but it clears out after about 6 months. They can go back up to normal and they can go through a game. But I've got Torreira in that holding defensive midfielder player. He is so vital. In the other midfield positions, I've got Guendouzi and Xhaka. Guendouzi, I wasn't too sure about playing him in there. I feel like he's played too much recently. He has been really... he's been decent, but he gets the ball and he goes forward every now and then, but he plays it around too much and he looks so loose the way he passes the ball around. But we haven't really got anyone else we could play in there. I mean, Maitland-Niles, we could potentially play him in there, but it's too much of a big game to have someone like him in there. And I feel like Guendouzi, he's got a bit more experience on his belt. He's got game time. I feel like he's the better player to play in there. Obviously, the other holding midfielder is definitely going to have to be Xhaka. We can't have him playing in another defensive role, especially after the last few games we've had him in there. So he's going to play in there, and I want to see a lot more from him. He was poor against Brighton. He can't just get the ball and just keep playing it around. He's got to start looking for players a lot more often. He's got to start looking going forward a lot more, because he just doesn't do enough, in my opinion, for holding midfielder. So that's why I've put him in there with Guendouzi, and hopefully they can kind of hold that midfield and just try and get forward, try and find a lot of opportunities, try and get Kolasinac going down that left-hand side, or Bellerin potentially, if they do get selected. Going forward, now, I've changed it completely. As you probably know, Ozil is not going to be travelling to Liverpool. Apparently he's got a knee injury, and that's what I've heard recently. But I think there is going to be a falling out with Emery at the moment, especially with the shit going on and how he's just been in and out of form, and I can't have someone like him turning up at Anfield, especially the way he plays. He gets forward, but he's so lacklustre in other parts of his game. So I've gone with Aaron Ramsey. I feel like, as he's obviously not going to be in the team in the next month or so, he's got that experience. He knows how important this game is, and recently, since he's been coming on off the bench, he has been fantastic. He's been really, really good, wanting the ball, getting forward. I'd say he's been fantastic, but he gets the ball, he wants the ball, he drives at defenders, he's looking for passes, and he's got this sort of desire. He wants to be there, if you know what I mean. And I'd rather have someone like him in there, especially against this defence, and really ask questions, get like Lacazette and Aubameyang up top, and really start asking questions. Get the ball out to these two and distribute it. Because I don't think Ozil did enough of that against Brighton. The amount of times as Aubameyang was making runs throughout the defence, and they wouldn't pass, wouldn't do anything. And I feel like Ramsey, he's got a bit more about him, and I feel like he can get forward and probably get it out to the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang. I want to see Lacazette potentially come short a little bit, pick up the ball, play it around, and then try and get Aubameyang on that break. As you know, they do have the likes of Lovren in defence, so the pace is lacking. But if we can partner Aubameyang with Lovren, potentially we can catch him on the shoulder and get through on goal. As you know, Lacazette is going to be a very, very important player. He can't be substituted this next game coming up against Liverpool. He is too much of an important player. He gets the ball nicely, holds it up really well, and he's very, very key inside that penalty box. So that's what I've gone with, guys. A 4-3-1-2. We did play that against Brighton, and I feel like just a few changes with players might have an impact, especially at defence. Let's hope the likes of Mustafi and Bellerin and the likes of Monreal are going to be back. And let's just see how we go, really, guys. It's going to be a game where we need to start quickly. We've got to start quickly. We've got to get in their face. And we just got to want a lot more desire, because recently I feel like we just haven't had that sort of desire, and that's really been impacting our sort of games, not wanting the ball as much. We want to see players, when we get that ball on over the halfway mark. Come forward, get the ball, collect the ball. And I feel like Torreira is vital for this game. As I said, he is obviously hasn't got that ban anymore, the yellow cards, so we can really see, you know, the real Torreira really getting in there, hustling, getting in their faces, and he's going to be really, really key. But as you already know, there is a lot of injuries. The likes of Mkhitaryan, you can't have him in there. He's obviously out for 6 weeks. Holding is still out. Pardon me, and we've just got so many injuries at the moment. As I said, we haven't got Welbeck, so I haven't really got that extra sub we can really bring on. I mean, Nketiah potentially, but especially against the Liverpool side, they're 19 games unbeaten. If they get another win, they could be potentially 10 points clear of City. Like, that is unreal. Honestly, that is unheard of at the moment, but we got to keep an eye on their players. Obviously, Salah, he's playing really, really well. Confidence is flowing from him. Firmino's going to be dangerous. Mane's going to be dangerous. We've got to watch our defence, especially. We can't get forward too much. But Kolasinac is going to be an interesting one. I want to see him in there. I don't want to see Monreal. I know Monreal is more of a, you know, he's more of a left back. But Kolasinac, you know, he can get forward. He creates opportunities. And if he can do that, then potentially we can create a few opportunities for going forward. But yeah, let me know, guys, down below your lineups for the game. That's my predicted lineup. As I said, there's going to be a lot of changes throughout this game. I can see Emery really giving it a good clean, this squad, I think, going into this game, because at the moment we just haven't really been at the races, and that really showed against Brighton. But I know we haven't had the, you know, a lot of injuries and stuff, but other players like Xhaka, Lacazette, not really Lacazette, but the likes of Ozil and stuff, they need to step it up. Guendouzi needs to step it up this game. I want to see more from Leno again. I want to see him really being secure in that goal, you know, not coming out too much. If he can't take it, just leave it. Socrates, he's going to be vital for this game. But anyway, guys, let me know. Drop a sub, that'd be greatly appreciated, and drop a comment, obviously, of your score predictions. I'm predicting, if I've got to be true here, I've got to be truly honest here, I'm predicting a 4-1 win to Liverpool, just because of the form they're on. The players at the moment are so high in confidence. They've got so many good players they can bring on off the bench. Us, looking at the way we're playing, I don't know about us at the moment. It's the defence. It really is the defence aspect of our game. And yeah, potentially, if we can get the ball, get forward, let's go forward, let's take them on. We've got nothing to lose. I don't want to see us holding that ball up and just playing around sideways football. Let's get in their faces. We've got nothing to lose. Let's give it to them. We can potentially end this unbeaten run and potentially change the whole title race. As I said, look at the ladder. You know, Manchester United, they've got a few easy games coming up, so they're going to be on our tails. We've got the likes of Tottenham. They've got Wolves. If they can win that, they're going to be at least, I think it's nearly 6 points above us, or I think, I'm not too sure, but they're going to be, yeah, going to be very far in front of us, and we can't have that. So it's a very important game coming up, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys after the game with a review, and yeah, we'll bring out the next few games where we've got Fulham at home, we've got Blackpool in the Cup, and we've got Chelsea coming up. I know that we've got them coming up very shortly, but anyway, that's what I got today, guys. I'll speak to you guys for the review after the game. Cheers.